Have you ever wondered why some couples say, "I love you" every single day, yet end up breaking apart, while others rarely say those words but stay deeply connected for decades? Today, I'm going to tell you a true-to-life psychological story that might completely change the way you think about love. Emma and Daniel had been married for 7 years. In the beginning, they were inseparable. They texted each other every hour, planned surprise dates, laughed at the smallest jokes, and couldn't imagine spending a day apart. Friends often called them the perfect couple. But as the years passed, life became busier. Careers grew more demanding, bills piled up, responsibilities replaced romance. Slowly, without realizing it, their conversations changed. Did you pay the electricity bill? Who's picking up groceries? Don't forget your meeting tomorrow. The words, "I love you," became rare. One evening, Emma looked at Daniel sitting quietly across the dinner table. They were eating together, but it felt as if two strangers had accidentally shared the same table. She wondered, does he even love me anymore? At the exact same moment, Daniel was thinking something different. I'm working so hard to give us a better life. Why does she always seem disappointed? Neither of them said a word. Psychology calls this the invisible assumption trap. Instead of expressing feelings, we begin assuming what the other person is thinking. Over time, assumptions quietly replace communication, and emotional distance grows without either partner intending it. Weeks passed. Emma became quieter. Daniel worked even longer hours. Every small misunderstanding felt like proof that the relationship was fading. Then something unexpected happened. One rainy evening, Daniel received a phone call while driving home. Emma had been involved in a minor car accident. She wasn't seriously hurt, but hearing those words sent a wave of panic through him. He dropped everything and rushed to the hospital. When he saw her sitting safely in the waiting room with only a small bandage on her forehead, tears filled his eyes. Without thinking, he hugged her tighter than he ever had before. For the first time in months, neither of them cared about work, chores, or unfinished arguments. In that silent hug, they both realized something shocking. The love had never disappeared. Only the communication had. Relationship psychologists explain something called emotional neglect by routine. It doesn't happen because couples stop loving each other. It happens because daily routines slowly consume the moments that once made the relationship feel alive. The relationship isn't destroyed by one big fight. It's weakened by hundreds of tiny moments of emotional silence. That night, Emma finally asked the question she'd been holding inside for months. "Do you still love me?" Daniel looked confused. "Why would you ask that?" "Because you never say it anymore." He smiled sadly. "I thought you already knew." Emma looked down. "I needed to hear it." That simple conversation changed everything. Instead of trying expensive vacations or dramatic romantic gestures, they made one small promise. Every night before sleeping, they would spend just 10 uninterrupted minutes talking, not about bills, work, children, or problems, but about each other. Some nights they laughed. Some nights they cried. Some nights they simply held hands in silence. Slowly, they rediscovered the friendship that existed before the responsibilities. Psychologists call this emotional availability. The strongest relationships aren't built on constant excitement. They're built on making your partner feel emotionally safe, heard, and understood. Months later, friends noticed something different. Emma smiled more. Daniel laughed more. People assumed they had gone on a luxury vacation or bought a new house. But the truth was much simpler. They had started listening again. Here's something fascinating about the human brain. According to relationship psychology, our minds naturally focus more on negative interactions than positive ones. One criticism can outweigh 5 compliments. That's why healthy couples intentionally create small positive moments every single day. A smile, a hug, eye contact, gratitude, or simply asking, "How are you really feeling?" Love doesn't usually disappear overnight. It slowly hides behind stress, routine, assumptions, and silence. And the beautiful part is, it can return just as quietly. Not through perfection, but through attention. So if you're in a relationship today, ask yourself one question. When was the last time your partner truly felt heard? Sometimes the strongest words in a relationship aren't, "I love you." Sometimes they're simply, "I'm listening." Because in psychology, feeling understood is often the deepest form of love. If this story touched your heart, remember this. The happiest couples are not those who never face problems. They are the ones who choose each other again, even after life becomes ordinary.